Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we are looking at yet another community replay. If you'd like to send us our community replay, send it to BIAworldofwarships@gmail.com. Please include the replay itself, screenshots to go along with the replay, and a short description. Also, if you'd like to have Sneaky Snake do a match analysis where he commentates on your replay and critiques it, how he would play that particular ship in that situation, tag him especially and let him know that you want to do a sort of a match analysis on it, on that replay, and he will take a look at it for you. Either way, we're looking at StatikTheWarmonger in his Benson, moving into the sea cap on Land of Fire. Land of Fire is a decent map for destroyers. It does contain some smaller islands at C, some small, medium, and large islands at B, and at A there's a lot more open space with one big island in the middle. Z-23 gets spotted early on in C, and Statik does the right thing and actually is going away from this Z-23. You do not want to be anywhere close to Z-23 or German destroyers smoke for that matter, and not charge it like this Kiev is doing. Great play, Mr. Kiev. Unfortunately, it does look like this Kiev is going to be eating some torpedoes from Statik. At least looked like just no, it was actually 2 torpedoes, it looked like, that actually detonated on him. So a bit unfortunate. I would say Kiev, bad play, Statik, bad torps, but you can only live with so much. Fletcher gets spotted, opens up on our buddy Statik. However, Statik is prepared for it. Now, most of the time I wouldn't recommend engaging a Fletcher, but in this case it is actually somewhat viable, just due to the fact that you've got the same amount of guns that a Fletcher has with 5, and Statik actually does have the HP advantage. He does have a 1k HP advantage, whereas the Fletcher, who is not running the survivability expert, or I think he is also stock. He does have slightly less HP than Statik, so that's a fight that it's still debatable, but it is certainly not a bad idea. Of course, in any case, when you are fighting a destroyer in another destroyer, you do of course want to have the ship advantage, so you want your teammates with you and near you. But of course, there's 2 situations there also. If you are running, there's 2, like the Benson, there's 2 setups to the Benson. There's the AA or the C upgrade Benson, or the in terms of hull, or the B hull upgrade Benson, which has 5 guns. In that case, since Statik does have the B hull upgrade, he's able to, of course, go and take that fight against these destroyers a little bit easier, because he does have that higher DPS. Wow, that New Orleans got pooped on. But if he did have the 4-gun setup with defensive fire in the C hull, he would have to be much more careful about when he opens up and how he goes about dealing with those destroyers. He's more oriented for spotting in that respect, and only using his guns in last ditch resorts. And in that case, that is one of the reasons why you would want to go with the B hull. You get the better guns overall. Of course, the C hull does provide something that is very crucial, and if you do queue up with carriers a lot, this is not a bad choice. It is the defensive fire consumable. Unfortunately, we can't see how Statik would be using that in this situation, but if there was a carrier in the game, but it is still okay, because the speed boost is still a very good choice as well, especially if you aren't all the way upgraded. It does provide some some good key aspects like getting into caps earlier or get away from other destroyers or even chase a destroyer down like we see with this Kagero who gets spotted at 5.4 kilometers and Static opens up on him. He sees that there aren't a lot of people looking at him or are able to fire at him because most of their team is at A and is blocked by this big huge rock just to the west of B, which allows him to open up on this Kagero, and I would have actually gone farther and actually kept pursuing that Kagero, keeping him spotted for as long as possible. But he's actually going to go out and just wait for his cruisers to help him a little bit. Again, that's another reason why you would do that, is because you want to keep that Kagero spotted and let your radar cruisers do a lot of the work, even if you're also not shooting. But in that situation, you are getting detected, and the Kagero is also getting detected. So there's no reason not to open up with your guns. If it was a reverse situation where the Kagero was actually spotting Static, then that is a situation where you wouldn't want to open up with your guns. So looks like we're going to be trying to torpedo this Bismarck rather, and let's see how this turns out. We get spotted again, most likely by the Kagero, who is again stopped. I'm not sure why he's doing this, maybe to try and get a more accurate torp drop. At the very least, you still know that the Benson is somewhere near, and I would not recommend just stopping altogether. But he decides to do that, and he's going to get punished for this. Hopefully right here. Nope. Hopefully right here. Nope. Hopefully right here. Yep. Okay. So that was a bit of a misplay by the Kagero, but Static will of course take that no matter what. See if any of the torpedoes will hit. One will hit on the bow, which will cause a flood, and it does look like the Bismarck burned his damage control earlier in the match, so it does look like the Bismarck will end up flooding out. Static looks like he is going to start opening up on this Bismarck, since he will be spotted at 5 kilometers, and he has another 800 meters to go before he gets undetected. Bismarck's secondaries aren't shooting yet, probably because he's got manual secondaries, and now they are just shooting at him. The other reason would be they were reloading, and I believe I don't know exactly what the reload is, but they do take a little bit of time to reload and aim, and that sort of thing. So that could be very well the case. Either way, that Bismarck was dead. It's just how quick will he die at that point. So using this island as cover and then popping around this for this Izumo, of course waiting to the last possible second until his torpedoes are reloaded, shooting one right on the target indicator, and then he's going to shoot one slightly where he thinks that the Izumo will be, just so he covers a good spread of area. And shells coming in, very, very lucky there, only getting one over pen. I've seen in that situation other DDs, including myself, get railed for 2, 3, 4, even sometimes 8k, and sometimes in the extreme case full health. So very, very lucky in that respect there. Doesn't get deleted. It does get a flooding, and he does get a fire, so that Izumo is going to be burning. However, he does try and smoke this New Orleans, but the New Orleans does end up shooting and ends up dying to that Izumo. But it does look like the Izumo is going to burn out, so in my opinion that's not a bad trade. A T9 battleship for a tier 8 cruiser. Of course that cruiser does have radar, but it is at the end of the day T9 battleship. So Friedrich is going to be coming in here. If he can make the turn, he might be able to. I would have said Static, you should stay in your hydro, but in your smoke. But it does look like that Friedrich is going to be using his hydro right about now, and Static needs to get a move on very, very quickly here before he puts himself in a really bad situation. Turns AA off right there to shoot down this one plane that is giving him trouble. And at this range, we are switching AP. I would actually recommend aiming at the upper armor belt rather than the superstructure. You can get normal pens instead of some over pens and some normal pens. So just something to keep in mind there. The other thing you can do is shoot at the bow. Unfortunately, though, it is a German battleship, which means that it does get pretty decent bow in terms of armor, so just have to be aware of that. He does get the kill on that Friedrich de Grosse, but unfortunately, I think, in my opinion, a misplay here and a bit of a panic that he thought he missed the first set of torpedoes. He actually ended up shooting his second set, so my opinion, again, a bit of a misplay here, but we'll see how it turns out for Static. A little bit earlier, that Colorado did look like he took a good 4 or 6K off Static, but it looks like Static got into a position to recover from that. At this point, shooting AP is the correct decision here. He's already got a fire, and at this distance, AP is just going to wreck him. Of course, aiming at the upper armor belt. I believe that's a 30 mil plate on the Nelson, which means you can pen that for sure with a U.S. destroyer. Just waiting till the last possible moment till his torpedoes are reloaded. Just hoping the Nelson shoots something else, and then, of course, as soon as that Nelson shoots, Static knows he's got at least 25-30 seconds before that guy gets reloaded. Shooting at the bow, just get more consistent damage. You can see there 2K, 2K, 1300, 1300, 2K, 1300, and then of course the torpedoes at this point are going to be loaded, and we're going to be shooting at him a little bit too far ahead, in my opinion. I think he might be missing, but the second set looks like it is going to get be recovered, and he is actually going to get him. Nelson also might have sped up a little bit, and he does actually get 3 torpedo hits, and he would have gotten a few more there. So that ends the game right about there. The Colorado is going to die pretty quickly here and right on time. So let's go on to the post-battle results. Alright guys, looking at the post-battle results, 600k credits, 8k XP, 6k free XP, Confederate Kraken Unleashed, it's just a flesh wound and a high caliber, 160k, 167k damage, 8 torpedoes, 195 shell hits, 6 kills to end the game, 4 defend ribbons, and 2 assisted base captures. Not too bad overall. Base XP wise, 2870, pretty good as a mid-tier U.S. destroyer. Got some good torpedo usage, and as well as some good DD and battleship gameplay as well, or combat as well. In terms of the team did alright. Static did score a little over 1,000 XP more than that Fletcher, so good job to him as a mid-tier U.S. destroyer. Looking at the detailed report, 34k flooding, fire and flooding, not too bad. Torpedoes 70k, that's what you expect from this tier 8 Benson. It is a very good torpedo boat. And then AP and HE usage was at a pretty much equal for all intents and purposes. 1.1 million damage shot his way, and unfortunately Kiev did take some torpedoes, 10k's worth to be exact, so a bit unfortunate there. However, credits and XP are all very nice. 440k walking away with in terms of credits, and then some nice commander and just overall XP received is also very nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and of course, if you got a replay, send it in. We will definitely take a look at it. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you guys later.